I would like to start this morning somewhat unusually by inviting any kids in the room who might like to come join us up here on the chancel for the opening song. Some of you learned it last week in the All Ages Chapel. So if you want to come up, we could use some extra help because they don't know it yet, and we have to teach it to them. So any kids who are in the room who want to come up, Kids at Heart also welcome. All right, so folks, I would invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Our opening music for gathering is Be Still and Know. And because it's unfamiliar, if you would just repeat after me, we'll learn it all together, and then we will sing it all together with the help of my amazing musicians up here on the chancel. Will you repeat after me, please? Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that dark and light. Be still and know that dark and light are one holy circle. Are one holy circle. You are a quick study. Well done. Can we try just those first two lines together? So I'll go first, and then everyone repeat after me the first two lines. Here I go. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that dark and light. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that my turn. Are one holy circle. Are one holy circle. Well done. Let's try the whole thing, everybody. 1, 2, here we go. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that dark and light are one holy circle. Now we have one more surprise, because last week in our chapel, the kids were able to do this in not just one part like we did, but 4 parts. So I need to take the temperature of my assistants here. How many parts do you think the adults can handle this? 2? I hear 2.
Maybe 3?
2? 2, maybe 3 is the answer I'm hearing. Okay, so let's try 3, everybody. So Allison and maybe the helpers on this side of the chancel will help this third of our congregation start. And then our middle folks can help our middle folks here. And I'll mostly be with our small but mighty, in both spirit and voice, third section. And tell you what, folks, we'll do it twice through. So you'll get to sing it 2 times. If you mess it up the first time, there's an opportunity for redemption. All right, group 1, are we ready? 1, 2, group 1 goes first. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that dark and light are one holy circle. Be still and know that day and night. Be still and know that dark and light are one holy circle. Give yourselves a pat on the back, everybody. My musical helpers, you can return to your spots. Everybody, I would invite you, if you have the energy, to stay standing in preparation for the calling in of the directions. Thanks, everybody. Come on back.
In many earth-based traditions, a sacred container is created in which to hold ceremony or ritual. One of the components of creating sacred space is the calling in of the directions, each of which represents an element and life stage, as well as qualities, life lessons, and archetypes. By calling the 4 cardinal directions to join us in holding space, we build a balanced as well as protected foundation in which to share our time. Please join us in inviting these energies by facing each of the 4 directions as our worship leaders call them. We'll start in the east, which is facing the doors of the sanctuary.
Spirits, guardians, and ancestors of the East, and the element of air. Cracked open seeds of inspiration which remain tucked under the earth, awaiting their appearance. Sprouts that hold the potential of our next longings. Gentle breezes and gusty winds which bring newness and change into our lives. Winged ones who teach us about vision and of the big picture. Please join us, teach us, and celebrate with us this solstice tide.
And we'll turn now to face the back wall for the south. Spirits, guardians, and ancestors of the south and the element of fire. The spark that guides our bodies to enact the will of our hearts and minds. The burning in our bellies that brings our passions forward to manifest into action. Embers and flames which burn away that which no longer serves us. And light which illuminates and brings consciousness into our lives. Please join us, guide us, and frolic with us this solstice tide.
Blessed be.
And now we turn to the west. Spirits, guardians, and ancestors of the west and the element of water. The creatures that teach us about diving deep only to emerge again. The sunsets and twilights that teach us to savor each last bit and remind us that all things come to an end. Still waters, ripples, droplets, running rivers, downpours, lapping or crashing waves, and tsunamis that continually teach us that we are not always in control of the flow. The emotions, which are the currents of our lifeblood. Please be with us, surround us, and play with us this solstice tide.
Towards the north. Spirits, guardians, and ancestors of the north, and the element of earth, the fertile soil mixed with the gone before ones, which gives rise to all new life, mixing past and future. The creatures who teach us, if we'd listen, how to live in harmony with our planet. The rocks which hold steady, and the solid foundation that gives us the stability we need to learn to fly. The deep, quiet solace and knowing of solitude. Please join us, hold us, and remind us this solstice tide.
Spirits, guardians, and ancestors of each of our centers, please be with us and help us bring our deepest, most authentic selves into this solstice tide and into our lives. Blessed be.
Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Ann Arbor, where we have been gathering in community continuously since 1865. My name is Reese Havlatka. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I serve this congregation as a member of the lay worship leaders team. On Sunday mornings, I'm often helping to run the cameras in the back of the sanctuary. So can I just say how lovely it is to see all of your faces this morning instead of just the backs of your heads. You all look great. I have a few announcements this morning. The first is that for those newcomers who are joining us here in person, we have a newcomer welcome after the service today. Who's a newcomer? If you feel new, you're a newcomer. Be welcomed. And you can join the newcomer welcome by exiting after the service these double doors to the sanctuary and finding the Redmond room, which is the second door on the left. And above that door, it has a sign that says newcomer welcome. For those newcomers who are joining us online, welcome to you also. You are invited to type into the chat your name and where in the world you are joining us from. And for those online, we have a newcomer survey that you are encouraged to fill out, and I feel confident you're going to know the answers to all of the questions, so don't worry. For next Sunday, December 22nd, we have only one Sunday morning service, and that is at 10:30. So if you come at 11:30, you can high-five the people on the way out to the social hall. And on Christmas Eve, December 24th, we have 3 services. The first is at 4:30, which is a family-friendly, all ages, come as you are pageant, and it is the world premiere of a new pageant written by our very own Stella Gorlin. Yes. I know you don't want to miss that, and if you'd like to be a part of history, Stella is still looking for volunteers to be in the pageant. The stakes are so low, and our gratitude for you is so high. So you're all good looking. You could be in the pageant. And then our more traditional Christmas Eve services are that same evening, December 24th at 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Pop quiz, next Sunday, December 22nd. How many services do we have? One. What time is that service? See, you're good looking and smart. Great job, thank you. So friends, today we gather to mark the winter solstice. And as a UU witch, I am so delighted to be here with you. The word solstice comes from the Latin meaning sun stand still. And so today we are invited to pause and to notice. The winter solstice is the time when the daylight hours are shortest and the darkness is longest. And many cultures and religions have holidays around this time, many drawing on the image of light in the darkness. Christians light candles on the Advent wreath. Jews light candles on the Hanukkah menorah. In Roman times, the celebration of Saturnalia was held around the winter solstice, honoring Saturn, the god of the harvest. The day after the solstice was known as the Day of the Sun. So much imagery of light in the dark of winter. In the words of farmer and poet Wendell Berry, to go into the dark with a light is to know the light. When we rush to the light, to the return of the sun, we miss the invitation and the possibility of darkness. In Western culture, we love the good-bad binary. It feels so tidy to get to say that light is good and darkness is bad. But we know that good and bad are just human words. And where humans love binary, nature loves paradox. Multiple simultaneous truths that seem like they would contradict each other. And the solstice itself is a moment of paradox. It's both the darkest day of the year and also the point at which the hours of light start to grow longer again. So it's both a fixed point and a turning point. The solstice, the darkness, is both this present moment and also the possibility of what else could be. And so I invite you today to lean into that paradox. In Wendell Berry's words, I have thrown away my lantern and I can see the dark. On this day of paradox, we are gathered in community and we are gathered for worship.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. When I hear this song by Simon and Garfunkel, I feel calm and connected and comforted. I am reminded of my feminist and pagan beloveds, whom I have shared many a dark night in ceremonial ritual. As we embark on our winter solstice journey today, I would like to invite Beth Hospoderic to light the chalice. As she comes forward, I also want to say, as we do every Sunday in this sanctuary and virtually from many places in the world, I invite those of you watching online to light your own chalice, and if you wish, share your location in the chat. We also ask you to bring an additional candle for later in the service. Let's light this chalice not only for the light, but to welcome the darkness like an old friend. Will you please join me as we say, "We light this chalice for the light of truth. We light this chalice for the warmth of love. We light this chalice for the energy of action. We light this chalice for the harmony of peace." Thank you, Beth. Blessed be.
A covenant is a formal agreement, a promise between two or more people. Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. It is foundational to who we are. Without a single creed or profession of belief to bind us together, we hold instead being in right relationship with each other as a guiding principle in all our interactions. On a Sunday when we are very present to the natural world around us, let us also remember to be in right relationship with the earth. Whether you are new to us, just visiting, or you have said these words countless times, please join me as we say together, with intention, the words this congregation uses as its covenant. The spirit of this church is love, and service is its law. This is our covenant with each other, to dwell together in peace, to search for truth in love, and to help one another.
In the Gaelic tradition, which is my ancestry, there are stories of a goddess called the Cailleach, the veiled one, the hag of winter. She is said to walk across the earth, spreading her cloak of winter over the ground. And the winter lasts for as long as she has firewood to keep herself warm in her cave. The Cailleach comes on her own schedule, and she leaves when she is ready to. And these stories remind us that as humans, though we can certainly change the climate, there are still important ways that we will never control nature. And darkness is inevitable and out of our control. And so what if, instead of fighting against it, instead of worrying about when the sun will return, what if we learned the lessons that darkness offers to us? What if we offered the darkness our own gifts in return? Often, the beginning of a ritual is marked by lighting a candle, and the ritual ends when the candle is blown out, like with our chalice. But today we're going to do something a little different. During our ritual today, when the candles are blown out, our ritual will continue and deepen. Dark and light and day and night are one holy circle, and today we honor the darkness. So now I invite our volunteer candle bearers amongst us to please stand and come to the aisle that is most convenient for you. If we can aim for more or less an even number of candles, that is great, but not necessary. Stella and Reverend Teresa will come and help to light the first candle, and then we'll invite you to pass the flame down. And for those who are joining us online, you are also welcome now to light your extra candle in preparation for this ritual. This is the same technique we'll use for Christmas Eve, so you can note what's happening. Thank you. These candles represent the light of outward growth, the outward spiral. The light has witnessed us all through the year, growing in all the ways that we've grown, blossoming in all the ways that we've blossomed. We've grown and blossomed and come into our fullness through joy, through sharing with others, through accepting ourselves, through calling out injustice. And so as we begin our ritual by first honoring the light, I invite you to turn your attention inward to your own light. I invite you to take a breath with me. To feel yourself present in this moment. You are welcome to close your eyes or to soften and lower your gaze. And I invite you to reflect. How have you and your people grown and bloomed this year? What are you proud of? What are you grateful for? And now I invite our candle bearers in this aisle, if you could please blow out your candles and be seated. Thank you. At the end of the summer comes the harvest, the gathering time. The waning light has witnessed us through the year, learning in all the ways that we've learned from ease and abundance, and from failure, and from trying again in a different way. I invite you to reflect, what have you foraged and gathered? How have you been creative? How have you failed, and what have you learned? And now I invite our candle bearers in this aisle to please blow out their candles and be seated. Thank you. And to those online, you are welcome to blow out your extra candle as well. The darkness has also witnessed us through the year, coming to us in dreams and in rest, in messiness and intuition, in sensuality and desire. The gifts of darkness are in discernment. To honor the darkness is to walk the inward spiral of discernment, to prune away what no longer serves us, and to make space for new growth. So I invite you to reflect. What no longer serves you? What are you clearing space for instead? What is possible in this moment for you now, this fixed point? And what else becomes possible in this moment, this turning point? And how does it feel to hold paradox? Friends, we do not rush back to the light. We honor the lessons of darkness and give it its proper place. As the sun stands still, we pause to give thanks for the solstice. We know that spring is only possible because of the winter. We only wake up after we have dreamed. And so it is.
Storytelling is fundamental to our understanding of ourselves and the world. Myths and legends emerge from cultural and religious traditions as a way to pass on beliefs and values, to create a shared history, and to guide us as we live out our lives. And therein lies another paradox. Stories serve to cement bonds within a given community of people, but they also offer universal lessons and truths. How do stories forge close ties within a specific identity while also bringing all people together in their shared humanity? As Reese said so eloquently, we are at a fixed point and a turning point. What better way to illustrate this paradox than through a story about the dueling energies of winter and summer? Much like many legends of Earth-centered traditions, the origins of the story are slightly mysterious, and the variations are plentiful. But as you will see, the story offers a way of understanding the holy circle of seasons and the symbolic exchange of power, reflecting the perpetual cycle of life, death, and rebirth that is a central theme of this time of year across faith traditions. The Holly King and the Oak King, a pagan children's tale, adapted from the version written by J.C. Artemisia and illustrated by Donnie Chase. Long ago, there was a mountain so tall it scraped the sky, reaching the spirits of the sun, the moon, and the stars. The spirits blessed its forest, allowing it to be both warm and cool, dark and light at once. One night, a rumble climbed through the tall peaks, shivering out into the universe. The echoes from this quake crashed into two nearby stars, knocking them loose from the sky. One of the fallen stars nestled into a patch of holly. The other tumbled onto oak tree roots. Twin gods, the Holly and Oak Kings, were born from this stardust. Oak was playful and spirited, always adventuring with his chirpy robin friend. Oak's energy buzzed through the forest, lighting the sky, lifting the air, and waking the flowers on the eastern mountainside. Holly dwelled on the western slope with his team of 8 white stags. Holly was quieter and more reflective than his brother. He foraged and prepared, preferring stillness and darkness for reverent thought and dreaming. Despite their differences, the brothers loved each other. They prayed daily at a stone table on the mountain's north side, frequently walking together afterward, but most often dueling. The kings lived to battle one another. One afternoon, while walking together, the brothers happened upon a bloom of tiger lilies. Beneath the orange petals, soft white buds shied away. "Moonflowers," said Holly, "look how they hide. The sunlight on this mountainside is too bright." Holly raised his staff toward the sky and magically pulled the leafy forest canopy closed like a curtain. As darkness covered the forest path, the moonflowers yawned open their delicate petals. The Holly King smiled, but his brother wasn't so happy. "Brother," the Oak King bellowed, "the moonflowers are not hiding, they are protected. The tiger lilies cannot thrive in shadows." Oak raised his staff and reopened the forest canopy. Holly aimed his staff once more, but before he could cast his power at the treetops, Oak swung his staff to meet Holly's. Crack! The kings battled, but before either could claim victory, the ground began to rumble, a deep, echoing quake like the one that had borne them from the skies. The kings hurried back down the forest path to find the great stone table cracked in half. Beneath it, a fault line zigzagged down the mountain face, leading the brothers to the base of their mountain. "This is the land of humans," Holly assessed. "We are not of this world." Oak replied, "Something is wrong with our Earth Mother. I can feel it." "I feel it too," said Holly, "but our forms may frighten the humans, for they are mortal and we are of the stars." He stamped his staff on the ground. Glittering smoke swirled, transforming him into a white stag. Oak, too, struck the ground with his staff, transforming into a robin. And in these forms, the kings journeyed off their mountain. In the human world, the kings observed a land that could not alter its climate, as their magical mountain could. Humans everywhere scrambled to sow and harvest crops under unpredictable weather. The Oak King robin flew over farmlands that had flooded after too much rain. The Holly King stag wandered in forests behind houses, listening to weary parents singing wishes and lullaby promises to their children. The kings returned to their mountain and prayed. The spirits echoed in response. "What do humans need to thrive and to care for the earth?" Oak answered first. "They require more sunlight to dry the land and return to work." Holly disagreed. "These people are tired. They need darkness and rest to heal. The kings argued more feverishly than ever, with empathy and compassion for their earthly siblings. They drew their staffs, ready to duel and trust the victor to the universe. In the end, Holly struck the final blow, thwarting his brother so keenly that Oak was cast far into the distant stars. For one whole year, the Holly King navigated low, even paths for the sun. In the human world, days were short and cool, and nights were long and quiet. Though the weather was cold, the atmosphere was festive and warm. Holly smiled to create such peace. But soon, the plants withered, and people became listless, with little daylight for work and play. When the Oak King returned, the earth had become weak and fragile. "Brother, it is time to end your reign," Oak demanded, drawing his staff. "The earth cannot grow in such darkness." Holly battled to defend his rule, but he was tired from carrying the weight of the sun. Oak quickly gained favor, and with a crushing blow from his glowing staff, he cast his brother far into the stars. Another year turned, this time with the Oak King raising the sun's power high. Slowly the land thawed, and people emerged from their homes, dancing and singing. They lit fires to honor the returned warmth. Oak was happy, and he blessed the land with vibrant colors and lush vegetation. But after some time, the humans wilted, the ground dried, and the crops crumbled. When the Holly King returned, he looked upon the parched earth and cried, "Brother, please hear me. I must insist you let me lay the heavy sun to rest." The brothers dueled through the forest. The Oak King, tired and sore, took a knee in defeat when they reached the great stone table. "You win today," Oak sighed, "but I will return in just a half-year's time to challenge your strength and intentions." Holly helped his brother to his feet. "I will be here," he promised. From that day on, the solstices were marked deeply with battles twice per year on the magical mountain. The Holly King charts the sunlight low to cool the earth, and then his brother returns at Yule, strong and rested to lift the sun high. The kings fight honorably with full resolve each solstice, trusting the strength of their intentions to the universe, and blessing the earth with a balance of light and life.
Each week, we collect an offering. We do this so regularly that maybe you just don't give it much thought. Maybe you just focus on the fact that the offering time is when you get to hear some wonderful music by our pianist, our music director, guest musicians, or our music ensembles. And today, during the offertory, we will hear from our cellist Sparks. So the core value of Unitarian Universalism, generosity, might not be at the front of your mind. So what does it mean to be generous? For some, a financial gift is not always possible, and know that that's okay. Your presence here is your gift to us, and there are many ways to be generous. For others, a financial gift is possible without much difficulty at all. So wherever you fall on the spectrum of giving, take a moment right now to just think about what that means to you, to be generous. And you may show your generosity by giving online. You may text UUAA to 73256. You can visit uuaa.org/giving, or you may add cash or checks to the baskets. Today's offering will go to support the programs and ministries of this congregation. I invite the ushers to please come forward now, and I thank you for your generosity as this morning's offering is gratefully given and received. you. Thank you, Chalice Sparks and Dusty and Allison. As the ushers come forward, I invite you all to please rise in body or in spirit and join me as we say with intention the words we use to dedicate our offering. Will you join me? To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Thank you. Please be seated.
In Celebration of Winter Solstice by Stephanie Noble. Why be afraid of the darkness? Dark is the rich, fertile earth that cradles the seed, nurturing growth. Dark is the soft night that cradles us to rest. Only in darkness can stars shine across the vastness of space. Only in darkness is the moon's dance so clear. There is mystery woven in the dark, quiet hours. There is magic in the darkness. We are born of this magic, and each night we return to the deep, moist womb of our beginnings. Darkness fills our dreams and that root and unravel and reweave themselves in the shelter of the deep, dark night. The dark has its own hue, its own resonance, its own breath. It fills our soul not with despair, but with promise. In the depth of darkness comes our first glimpse of our own light, the pure inner light of love and knowing. As it glows and grows, the darkness recedes. As we shed our light, we shed our fear and revel in the wonder of all that is revealed. So why rush the coming of the sun? Why crave the lengthening of the day? Celebrate the darkness, here, now, a time of richness, a time of joy. I invite us into a moment of silence.
Remembering to honor the darkness and its gifts is such a crucial and cozy way to honor the winter solstice. And yet, as humans, we are also pulled to celebrate the return of the light in the ever-turning wheel of the year. In this way, as with all seasons, we can live in the both and the and instead of the either or. With every day after the solstice, the days get just a wee bit longer. The season is often symbolized by the birth of a child who, after being nurtured in complete darkness, bursts forth and brings a growing light to the world, also getting bigger every day. This is one reason that we center children at this time of the year. At this time in our service, we will symbolically bring the light back into our space and into our year. In a moment, we will make our way up the aisles and each participate in a ritual to do just that. As you get to the front, please take a candle and an apple holder, which you will journey with into and out of our pine bough labyrinth. As you walk the path, please reflect on the gifts that both the darkness and the light bring into your life, and then place your apple along the path. As our community continues the stroll through the pine, the light returns. If you cannot or choose not to walk the labyrinth, we do have some finger labyrinths that you can do from your seat so that you can still participate. If you want to just raise your hand, one of our worship leaders will bring one to you. We would love to center children in this ritual, as they are truly the gift of the season. So kids and families with kids, if you'd like to come through the labyrinth together or alone, please make your way up to the front first. And adult congregants, please file out of your rows after the kids get a chance to go. We're actually all going to come up this aisle over here because it will lead us to the entrance of our labyrinth first. Light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour, no one can hold back the dawn. still have plenty of apples if folks would like to join. Come on up. We did it, y'all. We brought back that light. It takes a village, and under the leadership of our kids, we made it happen. So let's remember to listen to them this season and throughout the year. Let's keep it burning. Let's keep the light of hope alive. Keep safe our journey through the storm. Thanks so much for helping to return the light. Together, let us merry-make its return and our connection with one another.
And to do that merrymaking, I will invite you to rise in body or in spirit for the final time this morning for, again, something very slightly different than usual. We will sing the first verse of Deck the Hall, number 235 in our gray hymnal, right here all together. But then I will ask you to be very brave in following me in merry measure to the social hall as we sing ourselves out of the room. So rather than staying put, I'm asking you to both walk and sing and hopefully stay upright as we move out of the room. If you are in your head thinking, but Dusty, how will I get all of those words without tripping? It is 50% fa la 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 la. You've got this. So, deck the hall all together. Deck the hall with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow, follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, fa la 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 la